Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO Set 9446, Destiny's Bounty. It has 684 pieces for ages 8 to 14, and it's from the Ninjago series, Masters of Smijitsu, and this set retails for $79.99, although it's on sale now at Toys R Us for $90. But anyway, here's the front of the box, and you're looking at my choice for the set of the year. Okay, whether it be 2011 or 2012, it doesn't matter. This is my pick right here because this thing is just that awesome. And you'll find out why real soon. Up here we have the minifigures, more on that later. And here in the back, you're going to see the part that pretty much sold me. This thing is an airship. Okay, and converts to this, and I was like, wow. I actually didn't know that until I picked up the box. And let's take a look. First, we'll take a look at the minifigures. First up is Kendo Zane. And he's called that because of the armor that he's wearing. Here's a close look at the helmet. Has some white printing there in the front. And there's the back side of it. Just don't stare at the sun too long, or else you'll end up with a sunburn that makes your face look like it went through a waffle grill. Here's a close look at the armor. And there it is. It's pretty nice. Shoulder pads. And there we go. Beneath the armor is actually the original printing for the ninjas, so nothing special here. No printing there in the back. But these two weapons here are really nice. I think they're called Sais. I could be wrong. Here's a closer look. They almost look like the Sword of Omens from Thundercats. Well, almost. Next we have Kendo J. You'll see them wearing this armor in episode 1 when they're dueling each other to figure out who would become the Green Ninja. Of course, nothing really happens, but it was pretty cool to watch anyway. And there's his face. And same thing with his body art. It's just like the original. And there we go. Next we have Sensei Wu, who is back with new printing. The head is the same, so we can probably just briefly look at that. Give him a shave, and there we go. Even the pants have new printing, because now it has that part of the robe printed on there. And there's the back, where we see the snake. Next we have Lord Garmadon. It's kind of funny, the other day I was just wishing that I had an extra pair of arms just to make the reviews, get things done faster, but after taking a look at him, I changed my mind. Everything about him is the same, it's just that he has these extra arms here, and here's what that piece looks like. And there it is. Pretty interesting actually. And that's how it attaches to this thing. You just take this and just shove it up there, and boom, there you go, an extra pair of arms. Alright. Sounds like fun. Anyway. Here is Scales, the current leader of the Hypnobrai. And just to get a close look at his body art, there it is from the back. Here's the front. Now the only bad thing about him is that he cannot turn his head because his head goes down this way, and that's it. It prevents it from turning. And here's a closer look at his eyes, but don't stare at it too long because that's how he hypnotizes you. And there we go. Really cool. And finally, we have Slithra. I don't know what his role is yet. I guess we'll find out later. But this is what Scales used to look like. When you watch up to episode 3, I think. Or I think so. Around, I could be wrong. But anyway, Scales had to fight the first general just to get this long tail and everything and get promoted. But this is what he used to look like. It's a different printing. All over. I think only the eyes are the same. And there we go. Now before I talk about the boat, I think it's good to talk about the little accessories that you make first. And first up is this crate, and inside is this map. It's not a sticker, it's actually a printed piece, and you'll probably recognize it from the blacksmith shop. And there it is. And inside the crate we have 4 cannonballs, which is great, because now you have more than enough ammo to shoot down all 3 bad guys. Heck, you can use the last one to shoot down this pointless snake totem pole over here. Now, I watched all the Ninjago episodes up to now, and you never see this thing. So it's actually kind of pointless to have this in the set. I think it could have been fine without it. And this piece up here is a printed piece as well. And I imagine that's not cheap to make. So definitely don't need this over here. Although we do have some nice new bricks over here. And there it is all around. And all it does is hold the staff of the Hypnobrai and leak venom at the same time. And here's a closer look. It's a really cool looking staff. In the story, this thing's simply the anti-venom, so if you're hypnotized, you just need this thing to get fixed up. And you get an extra piece that you see there in the middle, and there it is. It looks like part of a lollipop. Finally, we have the Destiny's Bounty, and this is one really gorgeous looking ship. I mean, it's a beautiful model here. Now, before I even say anything, let me just show you why this thing is so cool. Okay, you see this knob right here? You just push this down and the sails open up. How cool is that? And they're supposed to be like wings, and there it is from the front. Beautiful. Now the way that works is that we have this string piece right here, which you can barely see, and that stretches all the way down here, goes through there, and just loops around the joystick over there. So you just bring this back up 2 notches and it folds back up. You don't have to bring it back all the way, it's actually pointless, and it makes the string pretty loose too, so just leave it at halfway is good enough. But I'll leave it open just so it's easier to see everything. And in addition to that, this backside here can transform as well. You just pull this downward, and there we go, this thing can fly now. This thing is actually an airship. And when I'm looking at this thing, I have my fond memories of Final Fantasy IX coming back to me. So if you're into airships, then this set is definitely for you, and it will not disappoint either. This thing is just awesome. Okay, and there we go, we'll just close that back up. Now here's what it looks like from the side, and we'll start with the front, and that's what it looks like. And there's with the sails closed. This thing is a lot of fun to play with. Now here's a close look at the front, where we have the dragon head, and that's the moving mouth. We have 4 crossbows, which is great because, you know, we have 4 ninjas. Now in here in the center, this is the knob that you use to lower and raise the anchor. In here is a secret compartment which can be opened from both sides. Right, so if you want to hide something in there, you can. And in the middle there, we have 4 swords, okay, 2 on each side. And this part's really cool over here. This part can be lifted up, and there's a hidden dagger in there. There's another one on the other side. See that? So cool. Now the side railing for these 2 crossbows here are kind of loose like that. I kind of wish this was more stable, but it's okay, I guess. And then right here below the cannon, we have a secret compartment where we store 3 hidden diamonds over there. And there's the cannon. It operates the same as the ones from the Imperial flagship or Queen Anne's Revenge. And there we go. Now this part here is totally inaccurate. If you watch the series, you'll know that this over here is supposed to be like a 2-story shack. There's like a main dining hall right there in the middle, and then on the top is like a high-tech command room where there's a periscope, and there's like a canopy that extends out that looks like the Millennium Falcon. Well, almost. And this part can open up, and that's how you can put someone to steer this thing. And the flags here don't make sense. It says Dragon God on there, even though there are no dragons here, because in the series the dragons have to fly east to mature or something like that. And here's the back. It's really nice. Looks beautiful all around. And here's what the back looks like when you have it converted. And there it is. See that? Here's the other side. Now I do admit that once you convert it, it is a little bit awkward to hold. Holding it here would be the best, but then when you transform it back, your fingers are going to get in the way of this thing closing. So you'll end up holding it up here, and you'll be just fine. Now here's the bottom of it. We have a lot of smooth tiles here in the front, but the whole thing lays down flat pretty well, so you don't have to worry about this thing scratching up when you run it on the ground. And there we go. Overall, it's a really excellent and a beautiful model here. Anyway, on to the recommendations. Overall, this is an excellent set. I mean, you can't go wrong with this one. Price per piece ratio, we're looking at 11.6 cents a piece, which is a little bit on the high side, but it's okay. I'm willing to forgive that because there are some really nice pieces here. Okay, we have the dragon head, the sails, and this really long string. I mean, those right there is ideal. And over here you'll notice that we have this piece. You'll recognize it from Cars 2. So your days of scratching out Lightning McQueen's eyes off are over, because now you can get it in plain bright red in this set. And in addition, you also get all of these weapons that you see here. That's a lot of weapons that you see there. Okay, you got 4 ninja swords, 4 crossbows, and 2 of like everything. Except that, we got one of those. Alright. Now what would have made this set a little bit better, being that the Destiny's Bounty is the ninja's new headquarters, it should have came with all 4 ninjas. That would have made this set perfect. But still, I think once you have this thing in your hand and you play with it and convert it, you're going to be one really happy person. And that's it. That sums up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.